In 1974, a Japanese soldier walked out of a Philippine jungle in a patched 30-year-old uniform, still carrying his working rifle. He had been fighting World War II for 29 years after it ended. Lieutenant Hiroo Ononda was an intelligence officer sent to Lubang Island in December 1944 with strict orders. Fight on, never surrender, and wait. We will come back for you. When American forces took the island months later, Ononda and 3 men vanished into the hills. Then Japan surrendered. Nobody told the jungle. Leaflets rained down, announcing the war's end. Enemy propaganda, Ononda decided. Search parties called his name. A trap. Japanese newspapers were airdropped. Fakes. Even letters and photographs from his own family were dismissed as forgeries. Japan declared him legally dead in 1959. And still he kept raiding villages he believed were enemy positions. One of his men surrendered in 1950. Another was killed in 1954. The last was shot dead in 1972, leaving Ononda to fight the Second World War completely alone. Then came the strangest rescue in military history. In 1974, a Japanese college dropout named Norio Suzuki set off to travel the world looking for, in his words, Lieutenant Ononda, a panda, and the abominable snowman, in that order. He found Ononda in 4 days. The two became friends. But Ononda refused to stand down without direct orders from his commanding officer. So Japan tracked down Major Yoshimi Taniguchi, now an aging bookseller, and flew him into the jungle. On March 9, 1974, Taniguchi stood before his last soldier and formally cancelled an order he had issued 3 decades earlier. Ononda saluted, wept, and handed over his sword, his rifle, and 500 rounds of carefully preserved ammunition. He returned to Japan a national sensation, a man for whom the entire modern world was breaking news. The soldier who couldn't stop fighting spent his final years running a survival school, teaching children how to endure. He died in 2014, having kept one order for 29 years longer than the war it came from.